We begin in a little cross-leg position. And we're sitting on the ground or maybe on a cushion because we want to be able to kind of move a little bit. So block is a bit rigid and you kind of feel like you're going to fall off it. Bring your hands to rest on your legs and we'll start to move straight away. So if the hips feel a little stiff, well, that's why we're here. So let's breathe out and just round the back. So you sit back towards your tailbone, draw the navel into the spine, bow the head. And as you breathe in, roll forwards across the sit bones, lift up into the heart. And you can keep that sort of back and forth movement going with your breath. And in time, let it become a circular movement. So instead of just back and forth, we start to move into the edges, into the sides of the body. You can let the focus be really around the movement of the pelvis. So you're kind of rolling around towards the pubic bone, into each sit bone, into the tailbone, but then that feeds a movement right up through the body, up into the shoulders, into the neck and head. So let it become your own thing now. Let the eyes close and just start to let it move in different directions as you feel ready. You can change the direction. And if there's anywhere along this path where you feel like there's little knots, neglected or overworked areas, roll around that spot. Give it a little attention. So in this way, we let the movement become a meditation on the breath, a drawing inwards to the body. Feel a deepening of your breath, a slowing down of the pace of your thoughts. Let's take one more breath. And at the end of your breath, just come to sit in the middle, stretch the legs out. And we'll bring our hands behind us or fingers pointing forwards. Give your hands a little stretch, lean into them, get the fingers down. Now bend your knees, feet hip width apart. Root through the hands and feet and lift the hips into a reverse table. So play with the distance between the hands and feet so that you can lift your hips. Now breathe out. You can let yourself soften here a little bit, feel the roots. The hips drop slightly, but then we root down and we rise up, bigger breath in, open through the front. Soften, breathing out. And then one more time, all the toes on the floor, all the fingers on the floor, go up. Now sit down, breathing out. Float your heels up off the earth. You can hold on behind your knees, lift your heart. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, let go of the knees and reach the hands forwards if you can. Good. Keep the knees bent and the heels high. Breathe in, lift those heels a bit higher. And breathe out and gather it all in a bit more. So you sit up tall, knees in. One more breath. Now bring the feet down and the hands down. Let's go to this reverse table again. If it's too much pressure in the hands, keep the hips on the earth. Rise up with your inhale. Now long exhale, ujjayi breath if you can. And with each inhale, let it open up. Front of the body rises a little more. Maybe the head drops back. Long exhale. We're going to stay for one more breath. And then bring it on down. Lift the feet. And we're back in this navasana. Now you could stay right here or breathe in, lean back, push the legs out ahead of you. And then breathe out, come up to where you began. You try that twice more. So inhale back. And exhale up. Good. One more. Now feet to the earth, hands to the earth, and one more time, come into that reverse table. Lift up. Hold it up high if you can as you breathe out. And on your in-breath, imagine you're dragging the feet towards the hands. Root through the hands. Long exhale. I'm going to stay with this for one more breath. And then down we go. And one more time, lift the heels. So this can be our navasana variation here, or we move with it. Breathe in. And breathe out to come back up. 2 more. Heels up high. Good, now cross your legs. In fact, cross them the awkward way, because you probably already crossed them the easy way. And circle again now a couple of times, the way we were a moment ago. Let's bring that movement back. And then coming across the center, we're going to lean into the right hip and swing the 2 legs to the left for mermaid. So make a right angle with the left leg, place the right foot against the left. Now, pivot around to the right. Put the left hand on the opposite knee, right hand on the ground. Lift the left hip, twist around. You could keep your left hand there or lift it up and over the head a little bit. Breathe. Unwind, keep the legs as they are, twist the other way. You could keep the hands down, or again, just lift, this time the right hand. Let's see how it feels. And if that's just awkward, doesn't add anything, keep the hand down. Good, that's nice. Another breath. Now, back the first way, hand to the earth. You know, your choice here. Could you lift the hips up and reach the left arm overhead? And stay with this if you can, and let the front of the body open a little bit more. Feel the ground, feel those supports. And as we take one more breath, root through the ground to rise a little more. And then sit. Stay on the right hip, lift the left leg, lift it. And then hover it around in front of you, cross it over. Send it back, hover it. Good, now round in front. Now, hold the outside of your foot with your right hand. Put your left hand down the ground behind you and sit that left hip down. Could you straighten out the right leg, sending it straight ahead of you? Good, lift the heart, breathe in. Breathe out, turn the gaze over the left shoulder. You might even lift that left hand and reach it straight back. Take another breath. And release. Let the foot come down in front. We're going to lean into the left hip and swing the legs to mermaid on the other side. Pivot to the left. Right hand on the left knee. And we're here, or lift the right hand up. Good. Come around to the other side. So a little twist. You could keep the hands down or lift the left hand up. Breathe. Don't forget that bit. Pivot it back around the first side. So hand firm on the earth. Lift the hips. Right hand extends up and over. So it's like a little back bend. Can you feel the ground beneath the legs and the hand? And from that base, open up. Let's take for one more breath. Then come on down. Now stay in the left hip, lift the right leg up. Bring it around. You can just send it out in front of you there. Then back, hover it around. Let's do it one more time, will we? We'll bring it around in front. And now your left hand, perhaps over to the little toe side. Right fingertips to the floor. Can you sit your right hip down and then push the foot into the hand, lengthen the leg, lift the heart. Now twist to the right, look back. Feel stable through the sit bones and perhaps lift the right arm, extending it out behind. One more breath. Let go, come on back into the middle and come over to your hands and knees. Rooting down through the hands once more, spread your fingers. Breathe in, lift the head, lift the tailbone. Breathe out, rounding into cat. Do this a couple of times for your back. See how you're doing this morning. Breathing in to open. Good. Breathing out to round in. Lovely. Connecting right into the neck. One more time. Perfect. Open it up again once more into cow. And then take it back to downward dog. Stretch back through the legs as the hips rise and pull back, lengthening and opening the front of the body. So we really want to open through the shoulders as we soften the upper back, the spine into the body. Feel that deeper release through the shoulders, more space for the breath in the front. Now, walk the feet up the mat slowly. We're going to take them to the top of the mat and have them together. Breathe in. Lift the heart. So let's grab a couple of blocks if you can here. Put them out in front of you. Hands on them. Lift halfway. And just pause here. Feet together. Root down through the feet. Breathe in. From that, lift in the lower belly. Lift the heart. Lift the head. Then breathe out. Let go of the blocks. Just fold on in over the legs. Bend your knees. Now sitting down deeper, lift the arms, chair pose. And as we breathe out, we're going to twist to the right. So you can either bring your left hand down, maybe your right hand to your hip or the sky, or bring the left elbow over the leg, hands in prayer. Good. So drop the hips a little bit and swing those hips in behind the knees. I know they're inclined to stick out to the left. Draw everything into the midline. Good. Now on one breath, let's take the right arm just up to the sky. A little stretch on up there. Good. Now fold in, hands to the earth, or you can use your blocks, but bring them closer to you if you do. Bend the knees again. Chair pose, lifting the arms, and then twisting over to the left. Maybe elbow over the leg, the hands in prayer. Press down on the hands to lift and turn the heart. So notice here, if your hips are sticking out to the right and you're sort of turning left, can you stabilize the base? Good. Twist that little bit deeper. Lifting through the heart. Good. Stay here. And if you can, just let the left arm open up to the sky. Big breath in. Then bring it on in and down, fold it. Uttanasana. Let's take our blocks either side of the feet. I'm putting them at medium height. Breathe in and step the left leg back, curling the toes under. Bring the knee down and let the heart open forwards. Breathe out and step up, folding into Uttanasana. You can have your feet together or a little bit apart. Right leg back, inhale. So gently, knee to the earth, open the heart forwards. That's your inhale. Exhale, step up, folding. Now we keep switching side to side with the breath. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, step up. Keep it going with your breath, alternating the legs. So you really want to lengthen the breath here and give yourself that time to go deeper. One more on your right. And then we're going to step the left leg back, but this time keep the knee lifted, inhaling to that. And then as we exhale, we're going to shift forwards into the front leg, curl that back knee into the nose, getting really small. Move your blocks forwards a little bit and breathe in. Lift the heart, lift the head, straighten the standing leg if you can, and shoot the left leg back through the space behind you. Now go small again, breathing out, bend the standing leg, curl the left knee into the nose. Again, open up, inhale. Exhale, curl in. One more time, inhale big. Exhale really small. Go big again, inhale. And then just step the foot down beside the right foot. Take a breath in, gaze ahead, breathe out, fold in Uttanasana. Bend the knees, uncurl all the way up to the sky, stretch the arms up. Gather it in, down, hands together to the third eye, heart center. Now up the middle again, breathe in, reach up, and then dive in, arms wide, folding in and over. And then we're going to breathe in and step the right leg back, keeping the knee off the floor. And then breathe out, get small. So open up now. Big, inhale. Small, exhale. Keep the heel lifting into the back of the leg. Inhale. So with each round, maybe we can get a little smaller. One more like that. Big, really small. Big once more. Open. Now land the foot beside the other one. Breathe in, hands on our blocks a little ahead of us. Lift the heart and fold in now. Uttanasana, with or without the blocks, you choose. Then the knees roll up to standing open to the sky. And gather it in. Third eye, heart center. Rising up, inhale. Dive in, exhale. Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. And then step back into plank. Now take a breath in here. Feel the strength of it. And then lower it down, exhale. Now your back bend, I'm going to go with locust and float the arms back. And then breathing out, press down to rise up and back into downward dog. Bring the feet together. Breathe in and lift the right leg up. Now bend your knee and hang your heel over to the left. Look under the left armpit. Breathing here. You can stay right here, or we're going to shift our weight into the left hand, pivot onto the edge of the left foot and drop the right foot to the ground behind you. Then breathe in, lift right arm to the sky or even over your head. Take another breath wherever you are. And then breathing out, let's all come around, hands to the earth. Bring the right knee into your nose, high underneath you. Now take the weight in your right hand, pivot the heel of the left foot down, lift the left hand and shoot the right leg out along the floor in front of you. Lift, breathe out, draw it all back in to plank. Breathe in, breathe out and lower. So again, choose your back bend. We're taking a lot of weight in the hands, so floating in locust might be nice here. And then back. Downward dog. Bring the feet together and lift the left leg, breathing in. Good, now bend the knee, keep the knee high, heel over to the right. So you feel that lovely release in your hip. Look under the right armpit. Now you could stay, or we do this, flipping it over. You take more weight in the right hand, pivot the right foot so that you can put the left foot on the floor behind. Then reach up and over, like a side plank, but really opening towards a back bend. Good. Take another breath in, push through the roots, open. And now we're all going to turn, hands to the earth, left knee into the nose. Weight in the left hand, pivot the foot, the right foot the other way, heel to the earth, lift the right hand up and shoot the left foot straight out along the floor in front of you. Then bring it on back to plank. Set it up, take a breath in, don't rush it. And lower it, exhale. Rising, locust, or any variation of back bend feels good. Now back, downward dog. Walk your hands down your mat towards you. Keep the feet nice and wide, hip width or even wider. Take hold of your elbows. Draw them forwards and down. Hang your head into the space. Breathe here. Really want to let that upper body get heavy. So perhaps a deeper bend in your knees would help. Go to your breath. These head down poses, honestly, so good for us on so many levels. Sending the blood to the face, the brain, calming the nervous system. Stay here, one more breath, slow it down. Now let it go, walk it on out. Find your downward dog once more. Send those hands far away from you and pull back through the hips. Drop on down to your knees. Child's pose. So head to the earth or resting it on your arms or even bringing in your bolster here. Let the head relax. And let's come up slowly, sitting back on your heels if that's comfortable for a moment, or standing on the knees if the feet don't like the other. Lift the heart, lift the head. Good. Let's bring ourselves down onto the ground, lie on the back. So why don't we do this properly? Stretch the legs out in front, arms out ahead of you, and control it now. Roll it down. Take the arms overhead. Nice big stretch here now to the fingers and toes. Get long. And then gather in, knees into the body. Keep the right knee in. And put the left foot on the floor. Cross your right leg over it. Thread the needle. Slipping both hands in and around the back of your left leg. Draw it in. Let it move with the breath, and easing off as you breathe in, and then a deepening, drawing the leg in as you breathe out. If you want to take your hands over your shin, do, but keep especially your right foot flexed here. Now, let go and bring the left foot to the floor, And now cross your right leg further over it, closing the gap between the legs. That's it. Arms out wide, breathe in. We're going to press through the feet and just lift the hips a little bit to the right, then drop the legs to the left. You could put your hand on your top leg here or not. Keep the arms out wide and drop into that twist. Come back across the center. Inhale, straighten up the hips. Unwind the legs, put the right foot down on the ground and just squeeze the left knee into the body for a moment. Now let it go and cross it over the right for thread the needle. Now you know with this one, I mean, if you can go for it, you bring your hands in and around the back of the right leg, but it depends on the hips and a little bit on the knees. So if it's better for you, you keep your left hand on your left knee. You can even keep the right foot on the floor. Any variation, but don't ignore the signals you're getting from your body. And if the signals are go deeper, take your hands over your shin. Keep the neck long, the shoulders relaxed, back and down. Release, bring the foot to the earth. Close the left leg over the right, a little bit closer, arms out wide, breathe in, lift the hips a bit to the left, and then drop the legs on over to the right. Where would you be without the spinal twists? What's going on here now? Go into those sensations. Breathe deeper. Back to the middle as you're ready. Straighten up the hips, unwind the legs, lift them up to the sky. Stretch them up there, twirl the feet. Round the other way. Little mini inversion. Stretch the feet as if you're pressing them against your ceiling. Good, then bend your knees wide of your body. Reach up with your hands and grab hold of those feet. Happy baby. A little rock. Now let's let go and bring the feet to the earth together. Arms overhead. We'll have our knees wide. Reach the arms overhead and then take the arms wider and let them flop. Supta Baddha Konasana. Breath into the belly, ribs and chest. Empty it out. And now, lift the knees. Separate the feet hip width. Drop your knees in against each other. Bring the hands to rest on your body. And just feel the breath. Let's roll it over to the side. We're going to gather our props. So actually, if you're pushed for time, you stay there. Take the legs out long and flop into your Savasana for 10 breaths. If you have more time, let's gather our props and we're going to do a supported back bend over a bolster if you have a bolster. Otherwise, just supported Savasana is perfect. So what we're going to do for our supported back bend is a bolster along the length of the mat. You could use your blocks to prop it a little bit. It'll make it less intense if you get that incline. So it depends if you want that. Bring in a couple of cushions if you have them for under your knees, and certainly one for under your head. You could also go for it and bring in another cushion if you have some for under your arms. Blanket over the whole lot then. So what we're doing here is sitting on the ground in front of our support. We've basically set up a lazy boy situation. Reclining back over this bolster. It sits into the back of the waist. So this can be as far back as you like. I have mine on an incline, so it's pretty gentle. It's lovely though. And I do think the little cushions under the arms make a big difference because the arms can then really drop. There's no effort there. I've got a cushion under each knee. Could bring more height under the knees if you like. Feel the chest is open, that it's not closed in. If you're sitting too low down the bolster, the chest can collapse. That's not what we want. What we want here is this feeling of space through the heart center. Take a moment. When you've set yourself up here, allow a few breaths to come and go on their own as you tune into your body and how it feels about being here. Notice your head. Make sure that the back of the neck is long. Well, you haven't supported the head so much that it's actually kind of restricting the sense of letting go. Scan the whole body now and feel that you are comfortable and supported. Whatever way you've created your little nest, that there's a feeling that you're held. For now, let go. Let's trust that what is coming will come and we will cope. Feel that you can take this moment now to be fully present. Feel the weight of your head relaxing back into the support, into the earth. Become aware of your face. We hold so much tension in the face. And the craziest expressions of what we think are neutral facial expressions can look very angry, very tense. Feel it drop. Just feel it let go a little bit, that you're not holding on through the muscles of your face. And let the awareness come to your eyes. Get a sense of the eyelids closing over the eyes. The muscles around the eyes softening. And feel the gentle release of that space between the eyebrows. Feel the forehead soften and relax. And notice any shapes or colors or patterns that you see here as you allow the whole area around the eyes, around the forehead to soften. Soften the temples back towards the ears towards the back of the head. And feel the jaw loosen. Release it from behind the ears. Notice the upper and lower teeth separate. Relax all the little muscles around the mouth, the cheeks. Feel the breath come and go. And the whole face breathing. The whole face, the whole head, letting go. Feel that sense of release pour down through the neck, through and across your shoulders, down through the arms, hands and fingers. This sense of letting go, pouring down through the body like liquid. Spreading all the way down through the hips, the legs, the feet, the toes, the whole body. Now, if you have your own positive affirmation, repeat it 3 times. Or simply today, repeat to yourself as you feel your breath come and go, the words, just this. Now notice this moment, the sounds, the sensations. Draw a deeper breath in. Give the fingers and toes a little wiggle and stretch through the arms and legs. And if you're lying on the ground, not over a bolster, then one leg and then the other, roll to your side as we do. If you're lying back over a bolster, bring the hands down by your sides and push on the hands and the elbows, lift the head, and you can just push yourself directly to sitting. When we get all the way up, we'll find our seat. Turn the palms up, we're open to what comes. You let the eyes close and notice how you feel. And breathing out, let the hands come together, the heart center, bow the head. Think of something you feel grateful for, however small. Big breath in, let's open the arms wide, stretch up overhead. Gather it in, breathe out, draw it down to the third eye, the heart center, and the earth. Namaste.